Be sure to check out WHIO's Orange Zone Hoops Edition Sunday morning. News Center 7's John Bedell and WHIO Radio's Larry Hanskin have the tournament covered for you. Orange Zone Hoops Edition is live Sunday mornings at 11:30 right here on Channel 7. All right, here's an interesting fact. Vasectomies spike during March Madness. Now, urologists say men get the birth control procedure and recover while watching the games. Some clinics even offer promotions this time of year, like giving away basketball-themed items after the procedure.
See sometimes an upwards of a 30% increase in men that are calling our office, or sometimes their partners are calling our office with an interest in getting a vasectomy.
Who knew? Well, urologists say the procedure is simple, painless, usually only takes about 20 minutes. Pain after the procedure, they say, is rare. Well, today we celebrate a man who's been telling us where to go for years now. Sergeant Mark Bowron is a household name thanks to his traffic reports on News Center 7's Daybreak and our WHIO radio stations. News Center 7's Letitia Perry, she sat down with Sarge to find out more about his recent detour and where he's headed next.
Keep an eye on traffic this afternoon. Looking at.
He's been our voice of the road since 1984.
So I'm Sergeant Mark Bowron.
It goes from everything's great to kind of completely stopped in a matter of a second.
Walking the halls of the WHIO studios for nearly 4 decades.
We're getting a good look at traffic along Interstate 75, checking the drive from Carillon Boulevard northbound on 75 to 70.
Drivers around the Miami Valley have depended on Sergeant Mark for real-time details.
We had a chance to check out some drive times for you. If your afternoon drive is going to take you east on 70 from the Ohio-Indiana border over to Interstate 75.
About accidents, road closures, delays, construction, and detours. He's come a long way from reporting in an airplane to the about 100 reports a day in the traffic studio.
We got 75 cameras.
We see him every morning on Daybreak, but there's a lot about Sergeant Mark you probably don't know. He was sworn in as a Dayton police officer in 1978 and had a number of beats: road patrol, crime stoppers, public information officer, missing juveniles investigator, and supervisor of the Police Communications Bureau. After 25 years of service, he retired as a police sergeant.
And being out on the roads and knowing all those different routes and knowing, how to get people around things, it's a big part of it.
Speaking of beats, Sergeant Mark is also known for his music. He started with a gospel band in the 70s and went on to form the Coppers, an all-police band promoting a violence and drug-free lifestyle. Years later, his popular COVID-19 radio concerts from the couch featured Sarge on Facebook Live.
It got a big response. I was so shocked. Like 600 people commented. They just said, thanks for doing this, because they couldn't get out and really see a live show.
He's also a family man. Sarge has been married to his wife, Maxine, for 47 years. They have 2 kids, Amy and John. We can't forget his beloved cats that he's been spending more time with lately.
I did have a medical issue back in October, and I don't have any problem certainly sharing that part. And fortunately, it didn't cause any kind of after effects, so that's a good thing.
Now, this lawman, traffic man, musician, and family man is putting on the brakes, stepping away from TV and radio to work less and focus more on enjoying life.
I've worked in police work, which is stressful. I've worked weird hours, which is stressful. It's just one of those times I've just got to pull back. I just have to pull back from my own, well-being, I guess, at this point.
We miss him on the air.
From the area of the Miami-Montgomery County line all the way to 675.
We know there are new journeys ahead, and now he's in the driver's seat. We wish Sergeant Mark well in his new adventures and travels.
I'm Sergeant Mark Bowron.
Letitia Perry, News Center 7.
I got a chance to hug Sarge today. I saw him this morning, and it just, I don't know. I'm so excited for his new chapter, but it's hard to not think that he's going to be on the air every morning.
I know. It is very sad. He's a legend here at Channel 7. I said it earlier today. He's one of those people when I first came to Channel 7 that I knew right away that he was a special person, not only here at the station, but in the community. And I'm going to miss him a lot, but I know that you got to work with him for so many years in the morning.
I did.
I didn't get to work with him as much as you, clearly. But so the
he also taught me
there.
traffic. I did traffic for a while here, too.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and I was not as good as Sergeant was, that is for sure. But Today is the type of day that we definitely could use a Sarge even
Yes.
tonight because the roads are a mess right now.
I know there's typically not as much travel in the overnight hours, but anyone going on the roads tonight need to take it a little bit slower. That rain is coming down heavy, widespread across the area now. So if you work that overnight shift, you need to be careful. This is the rain totals in the past 48 hours. Lebanon jumping up there now to nearly 3.5 inches of rain. I just checked this 15 minutes ago. Miamisburg over 3 inches of rain. West Carrollton nearly 3 at this point in time. Nearly 2.25 there or 3/4 in Springboro, and then Moraine 2.5. And with the rain still coming down and likely to stick with us for at least the next 3, maybe even 4 hours, we're going to see those numbers jumping into that 4-inch range. And really that flash flooding threat is increasing quite a bit. Widespread across the area, we have steady rain. Of course, there are some spots where it's coming down even harder. And if you live out in Greenville, Winchester, southern parts of Mercer County near Salina, you probably hear that pouring rain outside. Bellefontaine, heavy rain. Troy, not in on the heavy rain, but soon going to be moving in for you. Get you down into Warren County, Lebanon. Again, you're pushing close to 4 inches already. This dose probably going to push you right over the top. And by the time this is all done, you're looking probably close to 4.5, maybe even a 5-inch rainfall for a 48-hour time frame. What's driving all of this low pressure coming out of Missouri, this warm front that's moving northward. Temps are actually going to rise through the night despite the rain. Finally, this will pull away, and this cold front here back to the west, that crosses through about early morning tomorrow, midday, and then we start to see the drier weather. Not cold air, very windy weather starts to come in behind the front. So here's Futurecast through the overnight hours. There's 1:30, moderate to even heavy rain. Still tracking rain through about 4 or 5 o'clock. Get a little lull here at 7 a.m. Then we get even more showers that come in late morning, early afternoon. And by the time we get into your Saturday afternoon, early evening, a stray shower or two still possible across the north. Here's our forecasted rainfall from this point all the way through early Saturday. Another 1 to 1.5 inches will be possible. Again, that's on top of that 3-inch rain total that we see in a lot of areas now. Also keeping an eye on our rivers. You can see the Great Miami and the Little Miami River there reaching up to about nearly flood stage from Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning. Mad River may see it coming close to flood stage by the time tomorrow afternoon wraps up. All right, wind gust potential. You can see 30 to 40 miles an hour tomorrow morning. Goes up even more by the afternoon. Check this out, 12:30 through about 1 in the afternoon. Wind gust 50 miles an hour there, perhaps in Bellefontaine. Similar to that in Greenville. Very saturated ground here. That could lead to some trees coming down and some isolated tree damage and power outages. 10 o'clock tomorrow night, those winds start to finally weaken a bit heading into Sunday. So again, there is a power outage potential for tomorrow with some of those trees perhaps coming down and the gusty winds themselves. We look at the 7-day forecast. It's going to be windy with a chance for a few showers, especially early Saturday. Sunday's a nice day. Get outside, enjoy it. Might have a couple of showers early Monday, and then we'll wait until Thursday and Friday of next week for more rain and a few storms. Warmer as well, upper 50s to 60s.
Looks like we just have to get through a couple more days.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, McCall. A new law limiting social media for teenagers. The state now requiring teens to get permission before they can create a profile.